Hello there. If you've clicked on this, you're probably working on an HDMI cable and you're looking for answers on how to get to split them and get them to go a long distance. We got into a mess here. We put in a surveillance system and everything I looked on YouTube is either in Greek to me or I couldn't understand it. So I thought I'd do it and explain it to y'all in layman's terms. All right, here we go. I'll just do the real quick version. So I'm not wasting your time if you're sitting there trying to diagnose your HDMI system right now as you're looking at this. We had a box. So say we got our box here that sent an HDMI out. I wanted to run a monitor that's 3 feet away. I wanted to run a monitor that's 50 feet away. And I wanted to run 2 of them that's about 100 feet away. Now these HDMI cables, well, let me draw the little box. Let's just do this upright. Okay, so what happened is in reality, you know, I grew up on analog, so this digital HDMI thing has thrown me for a loop and a half. What I actually learned is, here's your HDMI coming out of the back of the box. They only come out with enough juice to really take them about, they're looking for about max a 10-foot of cable or so. Now, you can get a 100-foot cable and it comes about as thick as a fire hose. You see the 100-footers here that I've got. And when I hooked up this box, I could run it through a 100-footer and charge up a monitor. But that monitor, as soon as I go to split it to do my others, then I would run into issues. So if you're going to run out, the first thing I done is run through a 100-foot cable. I ran out, then put my splitter and was going to come back to these. Didn't work. This box sat here with the numbers blinking about like that. And it wouldn't pick up the signal that's coming into the input. So I had to move the box closer to the source to where the source would send it out through like a 3-foot cable. And then from there, I went out. So I went to, here's the monitor in here, which is not set up right yet. But I went to the monitor in here with a short cord. The input is coming from my box. And it's taking electricity with your DC in, and it's actually resending the signal out. So that way, there is powerful signal going out. And that is important. That's what's been my issue. All right, so that's the scenario that I needed, if you can see this. Now, what I actually did the first go around, after I realized I could not do that because the HDMI, it only puts out so much power. So I did this box. So here's our box again. And I went out 100 feet to the splitter. And then I went from it and tried to go 5 feet to a monitor. And then I tried to go 25 feet to other monitors. And then I brought 100 foot back to the monitor in here, which was by the box. And this is 25 and this is 25. Did not work. Just so you know, this did not work. Because even though when I hooked it up and ran a 100-foot lead straight to the monitor, it was a newer monitor, it was an HP monitor, and it did pick it up at 100 feet. This splitter would not pick it up. It was not enough for the splitter to work off of. So I ended up having to move it. So what ended up working for me, let me go to another piece. I'm running out of paper. Sorry, it was not organized. Let me just put this out of the way. So what I actually did that worked for me is when I went from the box, let's start from our box again. I went about a 5-foot whip to the splitter, and it's plugged into AC. It's plugged into the wall or whatever. why did I write it like that? I don't know, I'm sorry. But anyways, it's the powered splitter. I wanted y'all to know that. Okay, so anyhow, this is 5 feet. Come out splitter, a 3-footer, to the monitor in here by the box. That worked. And then I ran the 100 footers and a 50 foot. And it worked. Just so y'all know. It didn't work the first time. They all sat here and blink. Where you at? They all sat here and blink like the 3's blinking right now. And the reason being is it did, when I ran 100 foot to the splitter couldn't read that. But after I moved it 5 foot from the box, it read it fine. I hope this helps somebody, because this situation sent me for a loop. And here, so you can see it actually happen, I'll show you our cabs. So what we did with our, and if you're working on it, go ahead and get off here and go get to it. Just don't lose faith. But for those of you just wanting to watch the video, I'll take and show you. So we come through the wall out here, these cabs, because they're using a camera system for safety, to where they can see what's going on. Organization and safety. Here, let me turn this on. So we got it in this cab. This sent me for a loop, that's why. So see, they can monitor some things that's going on. So this is off a 50-foot whip after the box. And these other 2 cabs are on 100-foot whips. There's that big cable. I need to get the cable up. I did not finish my job. So here's the other cab, so they can see. And that was 100 feet after the splitter box. And don't just get a Y or a splitter. Make sure it's powered. Because that don't work so well. And here's the last unit, and this is a 100-foot lead too. But this had sent me for a loop. And everything I looked up on YouTube, they talked Greek and stuff, and I couldn't understand it. But I hope this helps somebody. If it does, comment, let me know. Thank you guys. Later.